What? We have a new schedule? What are you guys talking about?
The schedule is pretty confusing, but it's not that bad. A lot of material, like humanities, science, and math, there are a lot in the beginning, and like the enrichments are at the end most of the time. And like it's confusing that like the enrichments are half a class. I think the schedule kind of like makes it that way.
I like how the enrichments are in the same day because you get to meet new people, and I also like how there are more subjects that are in separate days, for example Chinese, because then I get less work, and yeah.
Honestly, I don't like it. So, last year we had 50 minutes of grade, 80 minutes, I think, or 85. Well, this year you only have 10 minutes, and then mentorings before lunch, which is basically destroying our hearts. Because we're getting hungry at that time, and you still want us to stay in our homeroom for 30 minutes quietly. Yeah, it's actually really painful for those people who want to eat, want to get lunch like me.
I feel like the new schedule lets students come out of their comfort zones and get to meet new people and build new friendships. I also feel like the schedule gets better and better every day and every single time that you go to a new class, because you're getting to make new friendships and new connections with people.
Okay, so the new schedule, it's really stressed because now our classes are much longer, so we're not used to it. We feel much tired. And now that like our enrichments got shorter, such as band, now in band we only have 30 minutes to play our instruments, and we can't really improve now these days.
I think the schedule is kind of complicated, and our breaks and lunchtime is too short for us to get to class in time too. But then after you get used to it, it's okay. It's good.
Thank you.
So I think that the new schedule is interesting, and it's kind of good to have such a new schedule, and people get messed up, and because it's very different, and personally I think the shortened lunchtime could be altered, but rather than that, I think mostly it's the new schedule fits ISB students.
What? We have a new schedule? What are you guys talking about? No, I'm sorry, just kidding. Yeah, we have a new schedule this year, and so we're on an 8-day schedule with 4 periods a day, which is different from how things were last year. And part of probably the first reason that got us involved in that project of changing the schedule was that we needed to align our schedule with the high school schedule, because we share a lot of resources with them. We share teachers with them, we share spaces with them, and when our schedules aren't in alignment, then we don't use resources very efficiently. So that was kind of the first thing that got us into the project, but then we realized that there were a lot of other cool things we could do with the schedule. Like we could synchronize teacher planning time so that they have more time to be collaborative with each other. And so the new schedule creates a lot more collaborative time for our teachers to be working with each other and doing a lot of their planning with each other, which means that the students then get the benefit of having hopefully better plans, because the teachers have actually collaborated on those plans instead of having to work alone so much. And then some of the other nice things that came out of the schedule are maybe some differences in the way we do advisory. In a lot of schools they call it advisory. At our school we call it a mentoring program. And in the past, mentoring was always done kind of first thing in the morning, and it was connected with announcements and taking attendance and all of that kind of stuff. And sometimes those things kind of just crept into the day a little bit, and then there wasn't a lot of time for mentoring. And so the new schedule allowed us to move mentoring to a different time of the day when it can be handled a little bit more deliberately, and we get to maybe take it a little bit more, I wouldn't say seriously, but maybe try and just do it better so that we're paying attention to those really important topics that we know need to be covered in our mentoring curriculum. And I would say those are some of the biggest and best reasons, right? Getting in line with the high school, creating synchronized common planning time for teachers, and moving mentoring to a different time of the day so that we could do it better.